We're thrilled to announce an exciting enhancement to your ReadCube experience, a new and improved user interface, launching on December 16th. This refreshed interface is designed with you in mind. It's modern, modular, and includes additional features to enhance your workflow. You'll find the same great tools you know and love with no significant changes to the functionality you rely on every day. Now, as you can see within the refreshed interface, it's a modern design with a cleaner, more intuitive layout for easy navigation. We've also added a modular interface, allowing us to tailor and align to the specific ReadCube enterprise solutions your organization is utilizing. Now, to support your organization during this transition, you'll have the flexibility to toggle between the classic and this refreshed interface as you get comfortable with the updates. To do so, all you need to do is click on your initials in this bottom left-hand corner, which is going to take you to your settings page. Here, then, I could easily select revert to previous version, which is going to navigate back to that classic view. And then again, very easy then to navigate back to the refresh view by selecting take a look. Now, as we move up this left-hand toolbar, want to point out as well the support resources that we have. Under the question mark here is where you'd be able to navigate to our training center as well as our help center. So our knowledge base includes a number of articles of which have been updated to support this transition. We also have an updated user guide available as well. As we continue up, the next component I would like to touch upon is our tools page. So this tools module would allow you then to easily navigate between the library or search modules that we'll be touching upon, but also allows you to see all of our tools consolidated in one place. Here's where you can see your browser extension. And the great part is it's going to inform me if I already have that installed. So then I can easily see in this browser I have it installed. Otherwise, I would see a nice link to easily navigate out to install that. You'll also see Smart Site here. So this would allow you to navigate to the instructions to install our citation writing tool. And lastly, touching upon our mobile applications. Here's where you then would be able to easily access those, whether you need that it's supported in iOS or Android. Now from here, we're going to go ahead and navigate over to the search module. You could easily just click on the search here or select this open. Now this is going to be hopefully a tool that you're familiar with. It's our database of over 100 million citations from a variety of resources like PubMed, Crossref, as well as direct publisher feeds. From here, I could just jump right in and go ahead and enter my query, or I have this ability to click on advanced. What this is going to do is provide me with a query builder that's going to assist me with using that Boolean logic. So let's say that I'm focused on particular articles that mention COVID in the title. And I'm not just focused on that. I really want to focus on the content that was published within 2020. So I can add an and query to that with the particular year. So I'm focusing on 2020, but I could always use a range as well. So then from here, I can add that to the query and you're going to see that building as you're going along. Once you click search, that's then going to generate those results for you. So then from here, I could easily select one reference if I would like to add this to my library, or I can select a multitude of them. So I could select, maybe as I go through and I curate this, you can use Control or Shift to then select a multitude of articles. From there, you can select Add to Library. This would allow me to designate which library I would like to add that to. So if I'd like to add this to my project library. But one thing that you'll notice here is this plus sign. This would allow me to create a new list, essentially our version of a folder to help you get organized. So I could add this here and, say this is my COVID search. Go ahead and save that. And then I can add that directly to that list within my project library. You do also even have the ability to create a shared library from here, which is really fantastic to see. Once you add that to the library, that's then going to add all the applicable references and it could easily navigate over. But I'd like to show you a few more things before we navigate away from the search module. Now, let's say this is a search that I maybe potentially be rerunning. You have the ability to click on the star to save that search. It by default is going to use the search query as the naming. So again, as they become more complex, we do recommend renaming them just for ease. So then I can hit save. And now the search is going to appear underneath my starred, so my save searches. So I can come back here at any time and easily rerun any of those searches that I've saved. So then that would allow me to drill down. As you can see here, it also has your recently run searches so that you can quickly rerun those. And you may have noticed the recommendations engine. This should also be familiar, as this is a feature that we have that provides you with another method of discovery. So here it's going to suggest articles that may be related to the content I'm reviewing, basing it upon a particular library, or you can even get more granular and you can base it upon a particular list within one of those libraries. Next, as we navigate back to the library section. Now, as you notice, the library section is remaining relatively unchanged with the personal library up top with your shared libraries below. The first new feature that I'd like to touch upon is this Discover page. Now, this Discover page actually includes a feature that was available in the classic view, but again, we've moved it to just make it easy so that rather than searching each individual library, if you would like to search across all the libraries that you're currently a member of, this would allow you to do so in one swoop. Now, below that is an exciting feature that I'd like to touch upon, which are discoverable libraries. What this allows you to do upon the library creation, or even going back and editing an existing library, is determine whether or not you would like that to be discoverable within the organization. So essentially allowing other individuals who may not have been added to opt in. So we've got a sample of libraries here. One thing you'll notice is the name of the library as well as a description. So that was also a new piece added to allow you to articulate what type of content is actually stored here to see if that would be relevant to them. From here, then, you have the ability to either search across the library names or the descriptions. So let's say I know I'm focused on, AML. I can do that. It can help quickly drill down to the shared libraries with that relevant content. From here, maybe I'm not quite ready to join. I want to look at a preview. So I can click on that and I can easily see what type of content is included within this library and then make my decision about whether or not I'd like to join. Once I join, it now becomes a library within my shared library section. And just navigating back to that Discover page. One piece I wanted to show you as well is you can always filter and eliminate any of those libraries that you're already a member of. So while I'm completing additional discovery, I can hide those libraries I'm already a member of, and then I can simply see those ones that I may want to join. So a few different ways in how you can quickly discover content across your organization. The next piece that I would like to touch upon is the library creation. As you're going to see, again, the ability to determine whether or not you want it to be discoverable and set the description. So upon clicking on the plus sign, of course, the first thing that you're going to do is name that library. Then you're able to, if you would like, to add a description. So this is monitoring device ABC for symptoms. Again, keeping it very simple here, but get the wheel spinning for how you can apply it to yours. The next piece, again, is determining the visibility of the library. Do I want to make this discoverable within my organization? If so, what I'm able to determine is what I want to add users as by default. Do I want to add them as a member so they have full collaborative capabilities, including adding content, deleting, annotating, or do I want to set them up with a restricted view so that they're simply a viewer so that they can jump in and read the articles, but it ensures that the curation and any notes or annotations are in a controlled environment. Now, below that is where you'd have the ability to invite individuals. Something cool that we've added here is as you begin typing, it's going to present you with a drop down so you can easily select those colleagues that you would like to add to the library. And then, of course, you're able to determine those individuals that you're inviting, what their permission should be within the library. And keep in mind, there are the advanced options, so you can get more granular with this. So, maybe I determine, I'm going to let anyone opt in that would like to, and I'm going to set them up as a viewer. But, maybe I want them to have the ability to either export or print the articles, as well as copy that to another library. So you can easily get more granular with those permissions to ensure that it's aligning with the workflow that you desire. You will also see this ability to determine whether or not you want to send email invites. By default, this is going to be clicked. When you add an individual to a library, they're going to receive an email informing them that they've been added with a nice link to navigate back. But understanding there's those scenarios of maybe you're creating a high volume of libraries and you don't want to send email notifications. So you have the ability to easily eliminate those if you would like. So then I can easily create that library. And now, as you can see here, just a slightly different view than you're used to. As here as well, you're going to see the options for populating the library that you could click on here. You could also click on this little plus sign as well. And that's going to allow you to, if you wanted to browse for files, or of course, if you wanted to drag and drop them right here. Now, with this, I do also then want to migrate over to an example. And let's say within this library, I would like to be notified anytime new content is added. So I have the ability to click on the wheel of that library and select email alerts. This would allow me as an individual, so each individual within the library can set this up, to get notified when new papers are added. I'm able to determine the desired frequency, whether it's daily, weekly, or monthly. And once that is set up, each time new content is added based upon the frequency that I've determined, I'm going to receive an email alert. So I'm going to bring over an example from another library that I have it set up within my drug discovery. So then upon new content being added, I've received an email that informs me the number of papers that have been added, as well as containing a nice link to navigate back to that library and a nice rundown of all of those references that were added. So you can easily see the title, author, publications, and these are all interactive. So then you can easily click to navigate to that specific reference, but you can also click to just navigate directly to that library. So it gives you a great way to ensure that you stay informed anytime new content is added. Now, as we migrate back, I hope you've enjoyed this quick preview into the refreshed UI. Now, of course, if you would like to set up any training for your organization or even just some time for office hours after we roll this out on the 16th, we're more than happy to do so. Please don't hesitate to reach out to your dedicated client engagement manager and they can set that up.